What is up, everybody? I'm playing some Go with a friend of mine from Russia who I met on KGS and decided to stream, and he was kind enough to wait. We're a little bit into the game. You can see this is kind of like an interesting Kobayashi, and then he took the corner and I backed off, and then he played over here, so I took his extension, and then he took my extension. So I'm going to get an enclosure here. And here we go. So, there's two reasons I played from this side. I've got the extension, and this side, since he's got two low stones, really doesn't have much potential. So, I would rather just take these stones and let them be. And I'm really glad here I got the corner. I think this move was a little bit slow. This corner is very big, not only because of the territory, um, but because of the stability of this group. If he got a stone here, and the stability of this group. Later on I can attack, whereas if he got my base, then I would be the one who was weak. So it's really about strength here. So here, I think what we're going to do, take the territory, see if we can get a few stones, and then play something like this. Let's see how that goes. You know, honestly, even though I feel like attacking this group, it might not be the best option yet. Now, since he didn't get this turn in, I think I'm going to push here. I would rather get the push. Just a couple of forcing moves. Well, actually, these aren't just forcing moves, because once this becomes strong, this base is really nothing. Okay, so he's kind of enclosing the corner. I really wanted to get this, but I think it's fine anyway, because it is a co, and co meaning, oh, co with me having these threats and these threats, and let's go ahead and poke out this eye shape. This also gives me stability in case of the attachment. I don't want to have to... Oh. Interesting response. Well, I think you still have to answer. It's a little bit better here. Oh, if he gets to go here... Maybe this push wasn't good. I like this move. But I still have this. If I play here and he blocks, and this is really good now that I have this, because the block especially goes for that attachment. But he blocks, then I can attach here, and I can connect up or cut these two stones off. That was slowish. I think this would have been better. Because, you know, if I push and push... Oh, I see. He didn't like push, push, connect, and then I can Atari and take these two stones. But his base really isn't doing all that well anyway. So I think I'm going to go a little crazy. then what I'm trying to do is just take care of any cutting or anything like that. And then okay, good move. Now, let's see if we can stir up some co-threats. See what he does there. Raphael is from Russia, like I said. Anktek is his name. I haven't asked him where he got his name. He's blocking me on the short side. I don't think he can. If he's trying to kill me, it's possible. It's possible. It's really nasty, though. Okay, so he's going for the ko. And here we go. Now, this is the reason why I played this move. I'm just thinking, this ko's pretty big. Is this big enough? But getting into his territory like that, and this group becomes a little bit weak, is really good. This is an interesting move. I really want to Hane on the inside, but I don't see how that's going to work. The problem is this stone gets captured after the cut, so I have to save it, and then this stone dies. So if that's the case, I guess I just have to Hane over here. A dooby dooby doo. Blah blah. I ended up staying up all night again. It's really interesting because I have restless leg, which keeps me up. But sometimes I'm like, well, shoot. If I've got insomnia anyway, I might as well just stay up. And that's like the worst decision you can make as somebody who has insomnia. You have to try to sleep because it has to kind of become a goal in your life to get the right kind of sleep, because your body's not going to let you, you know. But now once this liberty gets taken, we're going to have the same situation as over here. Can he cut? I don't think so. If he cuts, he can cut these stones off, but I get a whatchamacallit. I think this is the shape. Because after he plays here, I can cut and then get a squeeze. Really? Well, what about this group? I'll take that. I get an attack. This group is safe, I believe, because if I go here, should answer that. Now, very much later on, I might be able to probe here and see what he does. But that's like way later. If I get like a super wall here, I can kill this. But not right now. Not yet. For right now, I'm thinking, he's really subtly trying to kill this group and this group. He's being absolutely subtle about it. I didn't notice until just right now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna attack his territory and settle this group. It's not entirely implausible that this group could come under attack, but I think it's safe. And this has been a thing in my play lately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. I don't understand what I'm doing. I think I'm getting like super greedy. And just... Should I go for the Yose? If I play this, I'm safe. Absolutely safe. But is it Sente? I think it is. Good morning. My son just woke up.
Good morning.
It's 5:30 in the morning, and he just woke up. And do you want to go back to sleep and wake up later? Because this isn't usually when you wake up.
Oh.
You can stay awake if you want. It's up to you.
I'm gonna stay awake for a while then. So
You want some coffee?
what?
Coffee? No coffee?
I gotta get some.
No. Okay. He's saying, I don't want to answer this. I don't want to answer this. I want to kill this group. And, you know, that's the thing. I think we're going to have some fun.
I always remember that my dreams that my mind makes up.
I know. Did you have any good dreams on your second sleep?
Anyway, I learned to be not afraid of bad dreams.
Well,
I'm not afraid of bad dreams anyway.
that's good. I'm gonna Hane on this side because I really want this side if I can get it. If he wants
Daddy,
to settle here, I'm
can
okay.
I have your phone anyway?
I don't know if my phone is charged, but Mommy's is. The only thing is there's an alarm that's gonna go off at 7 o'clock. She has to know that alarm, okay?
What?
Alarm? Mommy wants to wake up at 7. So when the alarm goes off, go wake Mommy up. But you can go in there quietly and get her phone and bring it to me. Do what? Excuse me.
No, it's definitely not charged.
You know, since this is smaller than this, I'm going to go ahead and play in here. I'm going to let him in here because this area is bigger. You know, I could have cut him. That with this stone, there's a cutting sequence, and I totally missed it. Of course, the Panuki's nice, but unless I can like separate and attack this group, this Panuki might not end up doing much. So I guess we could count. He's got a little bit here, a little bit here. And actually, this move, if I can get this group like into here and get like a definite eye, this becomes an option because when he descends, I just pull back over here. So this corner is up for grabs if this group gets safe. Okay. So he's saying you are not safe. So let's see. If I do this and he has a stone here, see, this is the greed coming. Can I die? If he plays here, then I can play back here. If I get this in, then he plays there, 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 there. I think I have another eye. Okay, so I'm gonna play this. Don't ask me why. I'm threatening the death of this group, and really kind of just for fun. For funsies. Yeah, I'm pretty certain he's going to move here. Or here. Here is fine. Here is okay too. Hopefully. What if he does this? Kick? Pull back, do the thing. Okay, it's time to not die. What if he plays here? Okay, that's fine. If you could let me do this now, I would be eternally grateful for at least a minute. At least a minute. Let's make sure that I'm still streaming. That is happening. Okay. Oh, yeah. Drop frames detected. See, it's weird because I've got 32,000 encoded, so I've got like a 1/3 drop rate. And I think it has to do with my processor. Okay, so he does that, and this is where I pull back and leave. Am I alive? I am alive. What if he peeps here? Play this. Plays here. I have to descend? It's interesting. Okay, so let's make sure that I'm connected here. This is kind of like just in case I have to have a ladder. If he plays here, then I can do. Okay, so with this exchange in, can he kill me still? Peep, connect, play here. Oh, I can play here first because if he connects, then I can hane. Okay, I am definitively alive. Let's get the turn in, because I can still kill this. I'm not going to try and kill it yet. Okay, so this is kind of like attacking my space plus connecting these groups. Very good move. And I think the only thing that I should do here... Yeah. I think I will. I'm gonna cut ya. I'm gonna cut ya. Oh. Very interesting. Let's do... Let's do... Let's do what? This, 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 this. I kind of like this. Because this makes him not have any forcing moves. Because I can play this, but it leaves this a little bit open because I make this exchange here. Let's do it. What does pouch mean? I mean, I know what pouch means, but, you know, it's an interesting word in the context of the game of Go. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Oh, just barely lost to Biyoyomi. But I did get amazing profit from my attack. That is what I was looking for, and that is what I got. I'm looking at potential, how do I reduce this area? It looks like I can only go this far. If I go this far, this Hane just seems to crush me. But what if I play here first? Oh, that's the group that I wanted to attack next. What are you doing settling groups that I want to attack? I thought we were friends. This just looks really nasty. Like, what do I do here? Okay. I guess what I do here is go for a ko and then, back off from the ko. Though, in slow-mo, I don't know why. That's delirium talking. I don't know. It just rhymed. It really did. Give me some leeway. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. I've still got this really nasty attack. Now, when he plays here, I can just seal him off and take like a bajillion points. This is the move. Now, this is settled. This is a big move, but I think this attack is bigger. I think he has to play here. and then I can just seal this. And it's not like a, it's not, like a bajillion points. It's like a bajillion and one. You know what? Did not expect that. He's going for the risky version. Okay. That doesn't work. That doesn't. Does that work? Do 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 do. Uh, this does. We're gonna make some nasty shapes. I think he wants to live. Oh, now I can cut off all of his eye shape. Okay. But here's the thing. If I can kill this group, I don't care about all of this. The thing I like to do the most with one of these Panukis is absolutely nothing. If somebody gives me this Panuki, I just leave it there to tend for itself, and eventually they could spend like 4 or 5 moves killing my Panuki. You know, Whatever. Take it. You gave it to me. I'm giving it back to you. You see, I like to be generous with my Panukis and let them die. So that's kind of how I do that. I play everywhere else looking for an attack. Yep, that's an interesting move. Okay, so when he connects, it's Sente, and then alright, nothing dies. That's very important. So like if he plays here, I cut, he plays, uh-oh. Okay, this barely works. He plays here, I play here, he plays here, I cut. He's got this Atari waiting here. But once he Atari... Ooh. This looks really nasty. And a lot of fun. And a lot of fun. I've been losing a ton of games lately. So like the amount of aggression that you're seeing in this game, and leaving groups dangling and going for the riskier options. I win a lot more games when I'm just really calm and let my opponent pretty much do what he wants. Um, Let your opponent make the mistakes. You focus on playing good moves. It's really that simple. If you play good moves and they make mistakes, then you're going to win. But a lot of times I think if he double Hane, I Atari and connect. He pushes up and I have 2 liberties. Okay. That's fine. This Atari matters, but not terribly. Okay. That is absolutely Sente. And I think what I'm going to do is... Oh. Huh. I'm gonna do this. I really hope I didn't just mess up stuff there. No, connection. Okay, good. Alright then. Now he's gonna Atari and then... Oh, good. Okay. Alright. First things first. Why don't we play a little bit safe? I don't think he can connect. I do have to watch out for this group though. Because like if we push, 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 you know, I've got like a stone here to help out, but he can get a little bit of shape. I mean, I could try and just disconnect him. I'm just scared. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. Maybe this jump was better. No, I like this because it kind of caps him. It starts to connect here. What are we doing? Oh, we're making a co. Let's say no co. Now this is a co. Oh, actually, it's not. Because I play there. No, it is. He can connect. Okay. So now I want to... What do I want to do? Okay, that is theoretically connected. I think at this point... I'm going to take my profit. Because if he tries to connect under, I can just take away the eye. This is connected. There's no weird shenanigans. He's got this move in Sente, but that move only really starts to help him in that in the context of an eye over here. So he's got like one eye. Um, I think. Push, push, push. Yep. First, we peep. Just to get a little bit more shape over here. This makes this good, but since this is so thick, the peep helps me more than this extra stone helps him. I wonder if this would have been better, though. This, then I can go here. Either way. But if I play here, he can play here. Push. I think I can cut him off. Alright. This is definitely cut. Now, if he plays... Close. Very close. Very close. Ugh. I should have read that more um, undubiously, you know, before declaring myself like, oh, I'm fine. Now, when he connects here, this becomes an I when he goes here because I can't take the I. So I have to be careful of that. So he gets an I-ish here and he gets an I here. So I have to descend. They're kind of a me-I, but I think he's still dead. That's all connected. This Atari would have been good. But I still have a peep here now. That's definitely something. Okay, I gotta be careful because the natural move is here, but he has a move here that sets up a ko. So I think what I'm gonna do is play this first. Play this. Taking care of liberties is really not the easiest. Okay, now this ko doesn't matter as much. Especially now. Let's go ahead and do it this way. Just to be on the safe side. If he plays here, I can play here. And I've got connection through to here, and I'm fine. And he's kind of not. So this is a hallmark of my play lately. Just taking all kinds of serious risk and dying utterly sometimes, and other times killing everything. And I think at this stage of my development as a Go player, I don't really need to be playing as much of a risky, like, you know, when you get into the higher dawn, like 3 and 4 dawn. No! Oh. Oh. I empathize with my friend. So we were doing a thing. So we met playing Go, and then one time, and this is something I'd like to do more, but I haven't really had the energy for it. However, you know, Raphael, he's from Russia, so he studied English in a school setting, but is not entirely conversational. And of course, I know like zero Russian. So he was teaching me, and I was teaching him. We got on Skype one time, and we talked for about 45 minutes, and it was a lot of fun. I learned "Как ты кажешь" means how do you say, and then "школа," and I learned "друг." Ah, he left right before my comment. So this move right here is, it's low and it's like not developing much. So I'd say this is one thing in Raphael's play that I could see him improving is higher stones. He doesn't play high stones very much. And so his position stays low and he doesn't get to develop territory. And so he pretty much limits the amount of territory he can have at, in the first 20 moves of the opening. And then from that point, his idea is, I'm going to stop my opponent from getting more than that. And his territory is secure. I mean, there's no way aside from like the that you can really break into it or do all kinds of stuff. But it's also like this move right here. I mean, what am I going to do? If he takes the corner, am I going to play here? No, not really. I mean, I can do this, right? I can do this. I can do this. But I can still do all of that when he does this. But now I can also do this and this. Of course, if he does this, I can do this, which is an interesting move, actually. It's like shoulder hitting a stone that's not really there. And then try to cut and fight. But I don't know. It could work. Or maybe like this. So like if I Hane here and he cuts, I can just give up the stone maybe? And get a fight here. I don't know that works very well. It's just really hard to play in that area. It's just so small. I'm not going to get anything. I'm just going to take stuff away from him. So I think like something like this would have been much better. I'd say white is very slightly ahead here. He's got a nice formation here. This is kind of low, so it's easy to say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this move, very, very, very big. So actually, this is what he should be doing right now. Look at the difference on the board. This is now insecure. Blub Blub was my partner in Arango 27 by 27 that Clausius has probably uploaded to YouTube. Nice. So you can see the difference in the strength, the relative strength of these two groups is worth much more than the points. When I get the stone here versus him getting it there, his group starts to look weak. Here, my group looks cramped and weak. For instance, he could even see about this first. Like, what am I going to do about this? Am I going to play over here? Am I going to... If I play this, then he's got this. This connects up to this stone. So, my group is not in the best spot. And now that I've made this exchange, this group can go into the corner, so this stone becomes a little bit lighter, and he doesn't have to play there. And then he could play something like this. Another thing, yeah, this is a better way to fix this area. Because these two stones are so thick, you want to play a high move to, I mean, I could do something like this later, but you're still going to get a few more points from that high stone. And white is going to run into the high stone, and so his shape's not going to be as good. If you're low, white can get better shape while he keeps you low, instead of running into a high stone. Okay, so so hmm. Okay, now we'll see if I'm actually streaming. I didn't actually check that. He's gonna go there and be like, "You're not even streaming." Okay, so this was big. This exchange, usually in the opening, if he plays this, I'm gonna go here. But since over here is already well protected, I want to play away from that because I can play those and kind of build this up later. And also, if he like peeps here, right, and tries to go through, then I can build up shape and maybe attach or something, and I'll have stones to connect to. That doesn't look as good as I thought. But that's, the basic idea. Okay, so this, I mean, usually you're going to exchange this first and then jump, make a base. I don't know if this is like technically worse, this exchange, or not. I think, I got a few more stones in over here and this becomes subtly weaker, but I never got to that. Like, maybe I should have played that earlier. Okay, so he gets this in, which the corners now are co, unless he wants to like leave a ridiculous amount of Aji behind. And this is very aggressive. What my idea is, if I can seal him in, and actually, when he pushes up, I think I should Hane. Because, I mean, what? Is he going to cut me? So, yeah, if I Hane and he Hane. And then, this is really good. So I'm starting to develop in the center and my group is getting better. And he's kind of getting connected, but, this influence is worth much more than, what this group did. So that Hane might have been good because he gets to push, and then this looks pretty connected. Now this was just to check for Aji. So if he plays here like he did, then I get Aji on this side. If he plays here, I'll get Aji on this side. And the Aji, and especially if he plays here, then I can cut and play the ko. So now I've got like 4 or 5 good ko threats. So that was the purpose of this move. So he plays here, And, you know, the corner's very big, but this turn is really something. And I couldn't quite see how to make this work. So, like, I mean, I just lose something. It's just, he's too strong in the area. So I had to either Hane on this side or pull back like this. This might have been a good move because now, you know, he's got to respond in Gote, and I can find a way to try to link these two groups together. So this might have been a good way of doing it. This is good too. I like it. But these are definitely separated now, and I've got two groups. This is not necessarily weak, and this is not necessarily weak. So I make the shape here, and this is, you know, I was expecting this response because getting this is really good. This cut that I got, it was just really, I get nice thick shape with one of my weak groups. So I've only got to worry about this, and this is starting to get a little bit weak, so I got to worry about that. I got a lot of things to worry about, but not this guy. Not anymore. So here, attack his shape. Now, when he plays here, these stones are, in a way, this Hane right here is bigger than the T11 Hane. Because if he gets another stone in, these stones have no base. And so that's the reason why I played this move. To try to strengthen this in a more indirect way. If I have strength, then this becomes all about points. And you can clearly see that the number of points here are bigger than the number of points here. Seeing what?
Star Trek video.
Oh. He's playing Angry Birds. So I got this reduction in Sente, not bad. And then I got this. This, of course, being a pretty greedy move. Because this right here is a whole lot of not so much shape. And I decided, you know what? You can't kill me. Which may have been a bad decision. You know, overall. You don't tempt people to kill you. So if he plays here and then does this. This is bad. This is bad. I think I just die. Well, let me see. I can... Oh, this is forcing. Because let's say he says that I'm dead. I can wedge here now. And this group is actually the dead one. Oh. Woo. That becomes something. Okay. So, you know, he attacks from the side where he's getting points. This is a really good move because I have to make shape, and then he gets to take this area. So now this is pretty much his. So I peep here just to make sure. I know there's no shenanigans because I have a net, but, you know, later on with Liberty shortages, like if he gets this and this, then I may not have the net, so it's good to have the ladder just in case. And this right here, for instance, I could maybe do this later, so this is kind of Ajikeshi, but it really does help this group just to have that extra stone, so I took that and traded that option. Always remember, don't go around peeping everywhere, because every time you peep or every time you make an exchange, you always lose something. the question is whether you're going to gain something, and whether you gain more than you lose, and whether you gain more than you could have gained by using it in a different way. So it's simple economics. There's an opportunity cost to every decision that you make. If you choose to read a book, you can't watch a movie. If you choose to do both at the same time, then you won't do either of them as well as you would have. So there's always a cost. And this peep does cost me something. There are weird, complicated things that may end up happening over here that end up wedging here, and I get out and I get this area completely wasted because this little hole was there. And I just took that away. Now I can never think about any kind of craziness over here. So this is actually potentially a big cost. And just helping this group was, I think, worth it. So now I kind of attack. And I'm really glad that he chose to connect up here. Because, well, we do have this attack over here. So let's say he does this. And just... Oh, actually, we don't have to do that. This is one eye no matter what. So he's sealed in. Yeah, we can take... Okay, so we can kill this. Which is why... Well, what about... Yeah, if he tries to just make a base here. And then... Well, now he's got one eye, so he could do this. Is there any way to kill him? I think that's too much. But if he goes like this... See, I can get these forcing moves. Maybe save this exchange for like a ko later. And then I can play this. And this is pretty much dead at that point. With these two extra stones, with this exchange right here is just so good for connecting these two groups. They're, considering I didn't have this and he died, it's a bigger deal with that extra stone. So we get into a really complicated fight, the end fight. This is like the final boss fight, right? I've developed my weapons, I've got my armor, but all the boss has to do is live, and then he gets to accomplish his evil purposes, right? So I have to kill the boss, and I've got some good weapons, but the hero always has some weaknesses in a boss fight. So these little connected piddly bits, I don't know even what to call them. There's just so much space, so much weakness, and we're going to town. It's how it is. So this was a bit of complicated reading. So I get to go here first. Then I cut, right? Now he can Atari. But he can't do that because I can do this. And so if he, let's say, no, he gets the Atari first and I connect. And let's say instead of there, he decides to go here. Now I can Atari this way. And does the pullback work? Should I Atari first? Push. Ah, the push works. Okay. And, all of a sudden, even when I connect here, I do have to play one more move to live, I believe. But he's just not going to be able to make it out now. So this was It's a bit of complicated reading. Yeah, I can manage. What if he does this? Oh, maybe I cannot manage. Ah, now I'm threatening this. So if this lives, but I can cut this, then I'm fine. Okay. Oh yeah, I was over here. Hane, push, connect. Alright, I have to connect here. And then I was also thinking something like this or this. So I'm playing here. I think that I'm fine, but I really didn't want to risk him getting over to this area, or by way of playing here, start to squirrel his way over to this gap. So having a gap here and a gap here, I was like, I think I can handle this locally with this, chain of stones. But what if he does this? I barely make it. Just like usual, barely making it. Yeah. So this was a really fun, complicated fight that ended up going in my favor. And like I said, there's this gap here. If he would have had some moves over here, he might have been a little bit stronger and been able to bridge that gap. But it was not meant to be. And this right here, I missed completely. Shortage of liberties. I was so close to losing those 4 stones and being like, why did I do it this way? But it all worked out in the end, and the boss is finished. I hope you enjoyed this possibly slightly delirious time, and the game especially, the commentary possibly, and I will see you guys next time.